Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Got to flip it from Bofa to Superdome, and we've got week 1 of the Carolina Panthers, the 2024 season, the 30th season in Carolina Panthers history. This is the 3rd season of the Panthers that we've had on this channel. Welcome back to Sports Talk with Krish. I'm Krish Rowe alongside Will Batten for week 1, our season opening game. Will, I'm going to let you go first. Before we even get to the Panthers game, we can talk about the Packers game first. As you can see, Will is already in his Packers uniform. Yes, not only did they lose the game, it was really rough to see how it ended. So, Will, I kind of wanted to let you say your thoughts on your game before we transition to mine.
All right, so very sad, very disappointed, just straight up sloppy. Not something that I want to see from my organization, but in terms of love, I think that I will be doing everything in my power to help him with his recovery, including donating my leg to him directly. Prayers up to Jordan Love, and shout out to his fiance, Ronica Stone. Honestly, I'm going to be very protective. I'm very protective of Mr. Jordan in terms of his relationships, but she has the William stamp of approval. So shout out Ronica Stone.
All right, well, speaking of that stamp of approval, that is something the Panthers had to go through with an entire process of, again, for the 2nd straight season, replacing not only their head coach from Frank Reich to Dave Canales, but bringing in a new general manager. Former Carolina Panthers linebacker Dan Morgan is the new GM as we get rid of Scott Fitterer. Morgan has done a solid job this offseason. If we want to go ahead and look at his draft class, brought in Xavier Legette in the 1st round, a wide receiver from Mullen, South Carolina, the best running back in the class, and Jonathan Brooks. He will be out for the first 4 weeks of the season, still recovering from an ACL injury he suffered in college. Trevin Wallace bringing a lot of Thomas Davis memories at our 3rd round selection. He's got a bright future in Carolina. Jatavian Sanders getting the start at tight end for today's game, with Ian Thomas and Tommy Tremble both being out with injury. Chow Smith-Wade is going to get playing time at that cornerback position. Jaden Crumedy has been dealing with injuries, but he will be in the game today, hopefully for a little bit. So those, and obviously traded our 7th round pick to get cornerback 2 Michael Jackson on the other side with J.C. Horn. Dante Jackson left the Steelers to go get Deontay Johnson. So just several moves made by the Carolina Panthers this offseason, just from Dan Morgan taking over at GM. So a lot to look forward to. I think that's one way to say it, at least.
Yeah, I think that the Panthers have done a good job roster building this offseason. Obviously, with no intention of competing. They will not admit that, but they have no intention of competing. Just seems like a Bryce Young evaluation season, and I'm looking forward to see how they do.
And speaking of how we do, we look at last season for Bryce Young, how he did, especially it was not very impressive. Bryce, the 2023 number 1 overall selection, won the Heisman Trophy at Alabama, led the Crimson Tide to a national championship game the year prior. And, I mean, unfortunately, it just was not the season we were hoping for from Bryce. It was a lot of issues with the offensive line and his receivers not getting open, but that's why the Panthers made a lot of changes at this position. They traded for, we talked about it earlier, traded for Deontay Johnson from the Pittsburgh Steelers. All it took was Dante Jackson in a sixth round selection to go get Deontay Johnson to be our wide receiver 1. We're talking about Leggett. He will not be playing at wide receiver 2. He's actually expected to be wide receiver 4 for today's game, as it looks like, looking at the depth chart, we're going to have Adam Thielen ahead of him, and Leggett and Mingo are going to be fighting at 3. So I'm actually curious to see how that goes, since we did cut Terrace Marshall during camp. And then we look at his other weapons. Obviously, no Jonathan Brooks, but still Chuba Hubbard. Miles Sanders can hopefully recover from how terrible he was last year for Carolina. There was a lot of hope for him. So that 1-2 punch is solid. It just needs Sanders to kind of go back to his Philly ways.
Yeah, Miles Sanders really regressed last year. And for the running back position, it was not surprising in the slightest. And it's going to be important for him to bounce back if he wants a job in the NFL next year. Or he could just join Cam Newton, former Panther, on the couch playing Madden.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of the couch, if you're sitting there right now about to watch this game, make sure you hit the subscribe button for Waybus, as he went to Chapman University just a few weeks ago and needs your support for his 4 years at the university. So you're not just subscribing for this channel to try and get into 2K subs, you're subscribing for Waybus. So please make sure you hit that red button once you can. Oh yeah, look, it's Harvey. Of course Harvey's already here. We didn't even start the game, and my man is already talking about some tangible.
And then, I mean, speaking of Mr. Way, I think that his college tuition is very important. I just want to say thank you, Declan. Thank you for everything that you do. Now, I just want to shout out the Way family's personal wine cave. Just shout out to that. It's a great place. Personally, I am streaming from the Way family wine cave. We will be taking shots all tonight. Do not worry, I am not pregnant, but we are so ready to go.
No, I mean, I think that's all we really needed to say, right? I think that's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. We're ready for this, y'all. And at least I know Will's a Packers fan, so I cannot really relate to this. At least for Panthers fans, 1 o'clock for last year, every single game was a little bit not as exciting, and it's never felt like that for me. But it is very exciting. Today it is very exciting to see it. I think tomorrow it'll be very exciting for just week 2 and beyond. I think it's a little different. This feeling is a little different than the ones we had last year. So we'll just have to roll with this flow. None of this, unfortunately, since we are not sponsored. I know somebody I think that might be sponsored. I
think that I'm very sponsored. Let's just go through it right now. I mean, not like officially sponsored, but shout out to a great friend of the show, the SS2 Legendary Brand Collection. We have so much merch right now. Not available, and don't buy a reseller, but all of this and so much more. Got Legendary on the front, SS2 on the back. We got the signature. This is available for a small price of $100 on the SS2 Legendary shop right now. And we also got some socks available. So, well, not available right now, but we have some socks. So, please purchase all of this right now. It's all amazing.
Yeah, the only thing you can't purchase from Shedeur Sanders is a win against Nebraska, unfortunately.
Oh, funny one.
Well, hopefully we can purchase a good game today and a win for the Carolina Panthers. That's all we really need. We'll take it to a quick commercial break. When we come back, week 1, Carolina Panthers versus the New Orleans Saints coming up next.
Your money.
We are back, and it is time to get it going from Caesars Superdome. You can see the new kickoff. It's very odd, but it looks like the Carolina Panthers won the coin toss. They have elected to kick off, which means we're going to see our defense to start the season. The New Orleans Saints are going to get the ball first. The Carolina Panthers will get the ball to start the second half. Let's get it going. Come on, boys. I'm hyped right now. Once again, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you are just tuning in to Sports Talk with Krish, home of Panthers coverage for the entire 2024 to 2025 season. The 30th season of the Carolina Panthers organization were brought into existence in 1993, established in 95, a full first season played at Clemson Memorial Stadium, and now years later, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 2 NFC championships, something to at least be grateful for. And the 30th season is now underway for the Carolina Panthers, and this will be returned right at the goal line. This is up to the 30, the 35, 40, a solid return for the Saints, but there is a flag down, and this return could be coming back as a tackle made by Nick Scott. It was Rashid Shaheed, one of the great stars, you could say, for the Saints on the return, but it does not look like the refs like this. It was a flag on the kickoff return to start the game, and well, they picked up the flag, so I don't know if that means now he threw it back on the ground. Okay, it's going to be holding on the return team. So already the Panthers get a good start. Already a penalty against the Saints. They're going to start a little bit backed up. Here comes Derek Carr, Saints quarterback from last season. Did not have a bad season. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't great, but it had an okay season for the Saints last year, and he steps on the field year 2 in New Orleans.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge year for Derek Carr. This might be the last chance he has to be a starter in the NFL, so he needs to step up big time, and he has the opportunity to right now.
You can see Chris Olave, his wide receiver one, his biggest weapon on offense. They wave Taysom Hill in motion, and they'll run the football. Another weapon, Alvin Kamara gets the carry. The first play of the season, and Kamara will get a gain of about 8 yards on the carry. Tackle made by a bunch of Panthers defensive linemen. J.C.
Horn exuding confidence early, and I just want to say it right here, right now. J.C. is feeling Horn.
Derek Carr, this is actually not a good tracker. He is 4-0 in his career against the Carolina Panthers, dating back to his time with what was then the Oakland Raiders, now the Las Vegas Raiders.
Who isn't 4-0 against the Carolina Panthers?
Aaron Rodgers isn't. I formation for the Saints, and it's going to be a carry to Taysom Hill, and he's going to just barely get the first down. A tackle made by Josie Jewell. Brought in from the Denver Broncos, was part of the 3-4 system that Ejiro Evero ran in Denver for his few years as the DC there before making his way to Carolina, now his second season.
In other news, the Titans just went 3-and-out, and I'm in shambles. Caleb's about to get the ball.
Ooh, Devon A-Chain with the solid run. I see you.
Nice.
Okay, so the Saints on 2 plays pick up a first down now at their own 29-yard line. Motion left and right. It's play action. Carr throws, and his pass is caught by Foster Moreau, but an incredible tackle, and by the new acquired Carolina Panther, Michael Jackson, brings down the tight end for a gain of 0. And a good
now, hopefully this Michael Jackson doesn't have a son named Blanket and 5 active allegations.
Yeah, chill. But this Michael Jackson I mean, he knows that. Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, the Panthers have really had all you can ask for on this football team in the past few seasons.
Panthers defensive coordinator still Evero.
Yeah, Evero's been great for us. This is a little screen pass to Kamara, and he'll get a gain of a little bit before he goes down. Iku Leota, who is actually huge in preseason for Carolina the first 3 games, brings a little bit of Frankie Louvu vibes, able to bring down Kamara, and it's now 3rd and 4 for New Orleans.
And also this past offseason, Evero was considered a potential head coaching candidate. He was interviewed for multiple jobs, but he stays around in Carolina.
And the Panthers barely convinced him to stay. He was really eyeing that Seattle job. It was either going to be him or Mike McDonald. They went with McDonald instead, the defensive coordinator for the Ravens. And now a 3rd down and 4. They were 15th in the NFL last season on 3rd down conversions. Panthers looking to rush forward. They do. Carr steps up in the pocket. Going to take a shot downfield. He's got a man wide open, and it is caught. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, New Orleans. Are you serious? JC Horn in coverage, and what a start for the Saints. Man, you gotta be serious. That's the first drive of the season. Oh,
wow.
We're cooked. We are cooked. It is over. Oh my gosh. So we'll see what happened here again.
Yeah.
Shaheed from the left side. Horn is with them, and I guess just miscommunication. I guess he thought Xavier Woods was going to stay in the middle of the field and take over Shaheed, so he kind of left him, and he just completely breaks away for the touchdown. Oh, no. The extra point is drilled, and the Saints, we thought we were going to have them off the field. New Orleans, a deep shot. Derek Carr to Rashid Shaheed for the big score, touchdown for the Saints, and they take an early 7-0 lead. We're going to stay on here, though. But
yeah.
It's not even – you have to be kidding me.
Not great. Not great at all. I mean, he was just straight up burnt. That was not good coverage. Caleb and the Bears go 3-0, though. So that is something to be happy about.
I cannot believe this. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Dexter Lawrence is hitting the sexy Dexy for the first time this year.
I can't even explain how embarrassing.
Sam Darnold.
I literally cannot explain how embarrassing that was that I just witnessed.
I mean, that
is our best cornerback.
That just about sums up the past 5 years of Carolina Panthers football.
Oh,
never a chance to begin with, but still
painful. Happened. What is JC Horn doing? Oh, yeah, Panthers group chat blowing up. The game is over.
Oh no. Are you in the Tepper Sports Entertainment group chat?
No, it's actually called Ian Walters 8. Ian Walters,
wow,
is the creator of another Panthers site.
Did Aaron Jones just fumble? Let's go.
Look, it's Neil from Chicago camp. Yeah, I can't believe what's happening, buddy. This is embarrassing for us. Not gonna lie.
Wait, is Neil Sharma in the Panthers GC?
No, but he's a big Panthers fan. He doesn't have Instagram.
You should have him on.
Yeah, Neil, if you want to join, let me know.
Get Mr. Neil.
Yeah.
In here.
Okay, well, let's just go ahead and flip the cord because I can't just sit here and act like that didn't just happen. That was a 59-yard touchdown pass from Derek Carr to Rashid Shaheed. I was going to say, the bad news is, yes, okay, that just happened in front of my eyes, and I'm furious right now. The good news is, at least we get to see Bryce Young on the field now. I just kind of wish it was a punt and we started at our own 20-yard line or something. I don't know. It's just... We're not even 3 minutes into the game, man.
Yeah, not good.
And it's not, our defense wasn't even the issue last year. So you're telling me that Derek Carr is doing this right now?
I think you guys got a little bit worse.
Oh, I think we're going 17. How is Derek Carr doing this to us? And look, Jadeveon Clowney is like screaming at the guys, like, what happened?
Oh my God.
I think JC Horn got the Panther anthem stuck in his brain. He glitched out.
Yeah, this is not good.
So 5 plays, 76 yards. Derek Carr 3 for 3. over 60 passing yards, and that touchdown, the 59-yard touchdown to Rashid Shaheed. Raheem Blackshear on the return for your Carolina Panthers. At least we'll get to see our offense. And Blackshear will return this from about the 2-yard line. He's up to the 20, the 25, and will go down about the 27-yard line. And here he comes. Bryce Christopher Young taking the field in year 2 of the Carolina Panthers, the 2023 number 1 overall selection. Young had 2,800 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, 10 interceptions last year, a 33.4 QB yardle, was sacked 62 times, which was tied for most in the NFL last season. And the Panthers, his new drive, all smiles from Bryce Young the entire offseason, but year 2, is there really a change, or is this a real issue in Carolina? We'll have to find out. At their own 27, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. It's play action. Young fires over the middle, and his pass is intercepted. The Panthers are never recovered from anything ever again. The first pass of Bryce Young's 2025 campaign is an interception.
Had to be some form of miscommunication there. I'm waiting on the replay.
Oh my gosh.
Dave Canales showing his leadership ability by slapping Bryce. Nathan Byers. Oh.
Please tell me this ball hit the ground. That was just so terrible. Oh.
That was just a miss.
Will Harris, the 6th-year veteran out of Boston College, with the INT.
Bryce Young's smile there gives me shades of Jamison Williams there. Not just Jamison Williams, Jonte Porter. Shades of Jonte Porter there with that little smile.
I don't know what to do. I just don't know. I don't know.
Carr dropping back.
Throws, and it's complete. There is a flag down. It is complete to Chris Olave. It'd be a gain of 9 yards if it stands, pending the penalty. We're already losing 7-0. I actually have to put the football back. And Bryce Young's first throw of the season is an interception. What are we supposed to do? And I was explaining this. I was explaining this on several podcasts, and even with like random counselors at Chicago and this and that and blah blah blah. If the Panthers don't get any better, and already look worse, they don't get any better, I don't know what to do. I don't know what this team has to do. If Canales is not going to get any better then I don't know what to. I'm not saying this is already Canales' fault. This is like the worst thing I've ever seen. Camaro, a massive gain. It was some type of penalty on the Saints that took him to 1st and 15, but he gets all the yards back and makes it 2nd and short. This is horrible. I cannot believe anything I'm watching right now. This is like the worst possible thing that could happen. Everything that is terrible that could happen is happening right in front of us. All right, 2nd and 4. The wave Taysom Hill in motion. A toss to the left side for Kamara. Does not have a lot of room and is taken down for the TFL by Shaq Thompson, recovering back from an ACL injury from last season. He actually suffered it against the Saints on Monday Night Football. And the veteran presence, who was the last player other than him and J.J. Jansen from that 2015 team. He was a rookie linebacker that season. Thompson with a big TFL, and it'll be 3rd and long for the Saints.
First real glimpse of anything promising from the Panthers so far today.
A very crucial play, because this keeps a little, maybe even out of field goal range on this 3rd and 9, but it depends what Carolina can come up with here. Carr takes the shotgun snap. He's got plenty of time. Gonna take another shot downfield, and it is nearly intercepted by Michael Jackson, but it's incomplete. 4th and 9, and now the Saints have an interesting decision to make here. They can either take this long field goal or try and pin Carolina deep.
Great downfield coverage from the Panthers defensive backs. I mean, this is just textbook. Saints were able to pick up what looked like a blitz or maybe just an intriguing pass rush from Carolina, but the secondary was able to hold strong right there.
And And the Saints are going to try this field. This is Blake. I know you remember this guy. Will missed a field goal against the Packers last season for when Blake is about to attempt a 57-yard field goal attempt. And it looks good, and it is good. He drills it from 57 yards out. And we are not 5 minutes into the season, but the Saints already lead the Panthers 10-0.
Can't do anything about that. Just
What an
quality
amazing
kicking.
thing. Dennis Allen can't believe his job is still safe.
Yeah, Roman Wilson just scored a touchdown, so the Bills are down.
Let's go. Saints lead 10-0. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money. Your money. Your money.
Will's having some issues with his microphone, so he'll join back as soon as he can fix that. I have zero words. I'm looking at this camera right here, and I cannot tell you what's going on because I don't know what's going on. I am just sitting here in this room, pumped up for months and months, and I'm still optimistic. I guess I have to be. I don't know how I'm staying this calm right now. It's just like, oh my gosh, I've never seen something so bad. Never. This is horrendous. It is funny how bad this is. All right, please tell me we don't throw an interception on this drive and have like a semi-okay drive. Like, please. Black Shear on the return will get up to the 26-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will start their next drive. So, the Saints on opening drive, not a lot happened. They were moving down the field very, very calm and slowly. And then a 59-yard touchdown pass, Derek Carr to Rashid Shaheed, Bryce Young, everyone hyped up. Okay, like maybe the first drive by the Saints wasn't good. Bryce Young's first pass of the season is an interception. And now the Panthers start their own 26-yard line. And we just have to hope for the best. So, let's see if we can get the best. Starting at their own 26, Saints leading 10-0, and we're only 5 minutes into the game. They're going to run the football with Chuba Hubbard. He gets his first carry of the season, and Hubbard did a gain of a couple yards before he's taken down. Honestly, not a bad run by Chuba. You can already see that new help on the offensive line to both guards, Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis. Lewis coming from Seattle, Hunt from Miami. They keep Corbett. They put him at center, though, and now the tackles in Ikem Ekwonu, Taylor Moton. So a very solid offensive line. I mean, it doesn't really tell the story for Bryce Young's first throw of the season. A gain of 4 on the carry for Hubbard, 2nd down and 6. And he's got some room to the left side. Chuba Hubbard got a first down for Carolina. Plenty of room on the left side. Maybe this is how the Panthers start that last drive with a little bit of running the ball, but obviously shoulda, coulda, woulda. Just got to stay on focus now. Chuba Hubbard, 2 carries, has a Carolina Panther first down. You take a look at the Saints defense. Willie Gay, coming over from the Kansas City Chiefs, is playing today alongside DeMario Davis and Pete Warner at the linebacker position. The Honey Badger in the secondary with Paulson Adebo and, of course, Marshawn Lattimore set up against Deontay Johnson, who the Panthers acquired via trade back in March. First down and 10 for Carolina. Hubbard on the right, 3 receivers on the right. It's play action. Young going to take off and run it. Runs it to Taylor Moton and goes down right at the line of scrimmage. Young already had a defender in his face, did not know what to do, so he panicked, tried to take off, and ran straight into Taylor Moton, his offensive lineman, and will get a gain of a yard, actually. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for Carolina. A total of 12 yards of offense so far for the Panthers, including a Bryce Young interception. So after the gain of the yard, Chuba stays on his left side. Deontay Johnson line up on the left. Mingo and Thielen on the right. 5 on the play clock. Young takes the snap. They'll give it to Hubbard. Chuba. And he will get a gain of a couple and set up a 3rd and manageable for Carolina. And as you can see, first-year head coach, first game as an NFL head coach, Dave Canales for the Panthers. Already in here making the calls. His last season was the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers. Called the plays there as well. This is not a situation I'd assume he was expecting the team to be in as soon as we started the game, but here we are. 3rd down and 6 for Carolina. They were 27th in the NFL last season on 3rd down conversions. They've got trips right and Chuba in the backfield. High snap. Young running out of time, lofting downfield, and it's incomplete. Deontay Johnson had some separation, but Young unable to make the throw on target, and the Panthers will have to punt. So a lot from what we saw last season is actually being shown again from the Carolina Panthers. Not a lot of time for Bryce Young to throw this football as Ekwonu just did not give him time. Young gets destroyed to the ground, and he overthrows an open Deontay Johnson by just a little bit. That'll be 4th down, and the Panthers will have to punt. So not a good start for Carolina by any means. Johnny Hecker's first punt of the season, and it starts bouncing at about the 20-yard line, picked up at the 15, and Shaheed goes out of bounds. Yes, the game's only touchdown after the 22-yard line. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Pure dominance by the New Orleans Saints so far. They lead the Carolina Panthers. 10-0 is your score. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money.
A nightmare-esque start for our Carolina Panthers, I must say. Just been sitting here and just looking at the screen back and forth. This is... I cannot believe what I'm watching. But if you are tuning in just now, make sure you hit the subscribe button at Sports Talk with Krish on the road to get to 2,000 subscribers. Let's get this game back going. Starting at their own 21-yard line for the Saints, Kamara spinning his way for a gain of 9 yards on the carry. Set up a 2nd down and 1 as he just went right through the middle. Not a lot of protection. Yeah, it was actually great protection by the Saints. Nobody could really get to Kamara until it was Michael Jackson and Josie Jewell able to get him down just shy of the 1st down marker. It's now 2nd and 1 for Carolina, New Orleans. Carolina hasn't been in a 2nd and 1 situation because our quarterback's already thrown an interception and done this and that. But just like that, 2 plays later, the Saints get a 1st down. All they have to do is feed Alvin Kamara. If you're looking for updates around the league, I don't really know what's going on around the league. I've just been kind of sitting here. Travis Etienne runs in for a touchdown. The Patriots have it 1st and goal. Okay. So it looks like the only action of a game is the Panthers game right now, and they're losing 10-0, which is lovely. So Kamara checks out of the game. Taysom Hill in the backfield for the Saints at their own 35-yard line of 1st and 10. Toss to the right side for Hill. Breaks a tackle. Keeps on going. Fighting his way for a 1st down. For the Panthers can finally get him on the ground. Nearly had him at the line of scrimmage, but he broke the tackle from Ashawn Robinson. The Panthers signed back in free agency. Hill gets a New Orleans 1st down. And once again, the Saints are starting to drive it down the field. You would never think this happens after all that's going on with the Panthers, man. I don't know what to do. Cannot believe this. Just a weak tackle attempt by Ashawn Robinson. So another 1st down for the Saints. Kamara, nobody in the backfield. Carr steps back, fires over the middle, and his pass is complete. A great gain and a 1st down to Chris Olave. Michael Jackson in coverage. And the Saints are now in Carolina territory. Again. And we still have 5 minutes to go in the 1st quarter, and the Saints already lead the Panthers 10-0. Lovely. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals look solid so far. They're up 7-0 and in the red zone against the Bills. Jeez, I did not see that coming at all. They're locked in right now. Maybe Gannon is doing something in Arizona. The Panthers play the Cardinals late in December. It'll be at the bank. Actually, I believe their last home game is against the Cardinals. Play action. Carr rolling to his right. Got plenty of time. Still on the move and just throws it away. Incomplete. Michael Jackson in coverage. Nothing really available over the top for the Saints. Carr just carefully throws it away. Now Taysom Hill will check into the game for New Orleans. On 2nd down and 10, looks like Hill last year had 33 receptions, 291 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, he can play running back, tight end, quarterback, just an athlete. Derek Carr lined up on the right side as a receiver, so Taysom Hill looks like he's going to take the direct snap right here. Wave a man in motion. Hill on the QB draw will take it, run, and gets a gain of about 9, maybe even a first down. And they're going to rule him just short. It'll be a 3rd down and 1 for New Orleans. 4 minutes to go now in the first quarter. And the Saints have just absolutely dominated this game. There's nothing we can do about it. I'm trying to see if there's anything I might be missing on Twitter right now, but it doesn't. It just looks all very, very disappointing. 3rd down and 1. And they'll give it to Hill on the carry. He will get the first down all the way to the Carolina 21-yard line. So just outside the red zone as the Saints keep moving it down the field. I really want to say this is happening because the Saints are good at football, but I just think this team needs to completely just change. I cannot look at this straight. Oh my goodness, this is a complete disaster. Taysom Hill already 3 rushes for 23 yards, and now 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Taysom Hill lined up on the right side as a blocking tight end on the play. Wave in motion. Play action. Carr looking into the end zone for Hill, and he can't bring it down. Incomplete. He had Taysom Hill in the end zone. He took a shot for him. Kind of just watched that happen. But fortunately, who Carolina brought in through free agency as well, Nick Scott in coverage, does a solid job. Hill, he really kind of just dropped that ball. I wasn't really anything done by Nick Scott, but we'll take it. It is not a touchdown for the Saints. Instead, it's 2nd and 10. And the clock stops with 2:55 to go in the first quarter. So Carolina gets a little fortunate. Kamara in the backfield. He will get the give on 2nd and 10. He's got plenty of room to the left side. Alvin Kamara to the 10, to the 5. On pushed out of bounds actually at the 6-yard line. And it's 1st and goal for the Saints. I don't think anything can get any worse than what is going on right now to the Panthers. This is absolutely a nightmare. Oh my gosh. I cannot watch this. There's just plenty of room on this left side for Kamara. The Panthers aren't able to get over there. Iku Leota wasn't even there, and they had to take a guy from the other side of the field to come push Kamara out of bounds. And that would set up now this 1st and goal for New Orleans at the Carolina 6. They're in I formation. Kamara gets the carry, and he will fight his way for a yard or 2 before he goes down. Make it 2nd and goal at about the Carolina 4-yard line. Just very disappointing to see. This team looks even worse than last year, which is honestly kind of hard to do when you go 2-15. Your quarterback had 1 more touchdown than an interception, was the number 1 overall pick, and you didn't even have your 1st-round pick last year. This team is even worse. So, unbelievable. I cannot believe what I'm watching right now. Another I formation call for the Saints is play action. Carr rolling to his right, waving people around, fires it into the end zone, and it is caught for the New Orleans touchdown. Foster Moreau with the reception. And the Saints are about to go up 17-0. Oh my goodness. We're not even out of the first quarter. What am I watching? Derek Carr just continues to roll to his right like he's in his prime. And Nick Thurman, and just no one could put pressure on him. He's just kind of just hanging around there. And then Michael Jackson with a really weak attempt trying to go up and get the ball. Foster Moreau wanted it more. And he makes the reception for the touchdown. And now the extra point by Blake Grupe. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is right through the upright. So just like that, only 90 seconds to go in the first quarter, and the Saints somehow lead the Panthers 17-0. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Yo,
And we are back, just waiting for this scoreboard to update, and there it is, 17-0. 11 plays, 79 yards, a 5.5-minute drive, ends in a touchdown. Derek Carr to Foster Moreau. The Saints lead 17-0 on the Carolina Panthers. David Clowney just looks like he's in shambles. I don't blame him. I'm in shambles right now. I have no clue what I'm watching. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right. Well, the Panthers offense back out on the field, a return from Blackshear, and he will get up to about the 24-25 yard line. That is where the Carolina Panthers will start their next drive. We'll see if anything happens. Oh, and by the way, just so everybody knows, Bryce Young is 0 for 2 with an interception. He has not even completed a pass. He actually completed a pass to the other team on his first throw. So I can't even say like it's just the defense's fault. This entire team is horrible. This is just embarrassing to watch. All right, here we go. Miles Sanders in the backfield. Panthers starting at their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Saints already up 17-0. Miles Sanders gets his first carry of the season, and it'll be a gain of about a yard or two before he goes down. Demario Davis, the Pro Bowl linebacker, makes the tackle on Sanders, and it'll be a 2nd and 8 for Carolina. He was a 2023 second-team All-Pro. And that'll make it a 2nd down and 8 for the Panthers. Likely the last play of the first quarter. I don't know how it's 17-0 in the first quarter, but here we are. Deontay Johnson, Jonathan Mingo on the left, Xavier Legette, the rookie, waved in motion. Young rolling to his right, fires, and it is it caught? And they're going to say it is caught by Jonathan Mingo. So that's Bryce Young's first completion of the season. It was a very tough pass. He had to get over the defender, and it's caught by Jonathan Mingo for a gain of 2. setting up a 3rd down and 6, and the Panthers have a business decision to make if they want to play the 3rd down right here or take it to the second quarter. And now the refs are coming over to Dave Canales. It is a 3rd and no, they say it's incomplete now. So Bryce Young did not make it. It is incomplete. Jonathan Mingo unable to hold on to the football. It's now 3rd and 8 for the Panthers instead of 3rd and 6. Oh my gosh. 3rd and 8. Canales runs over to Bryce Young real quick to say something in his ear instead. And we'll see if anything happens here other than a 3 and out, which is what I'm expecting because I don't expect anything else from this team. 3rd down and 8 for Carolina. And the clock goes back to 47 seconds just because I thought that was a completion of Jonathan Mingo, but it was not. So now 3rd down and 8 for the Panthers. Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen on the left. Xavier Legette, the rookie out of South Carolina, is on the right. And a 3rd down and 8 for the Panthers. Miles Sanders in the backfield. Saints looking to send the house at Bryce Young. And they do. They rush 4. Young fires. His pass is complete for a 1st down to Adam Thielen. So that is Bryce Young's first completion of the season. Adam Thielen for the 1st down. And now the Panthers will likely take it to the end of the first quarter. So at least that's the only positive I can probably take from it is Bryce Young finally has a completion. And it was a solid play. Adam Thielen had to throw it in zone coverage. Adam Thielen got separation and makes a nice catch. So a good play by Bryce Young to Adam Thielen. Thielen had 1,000 receiving yards last season for Carolina, by far their best receiver. And the Panthers are going to take it to the end of the first quarter. The New Orleans Saints lead the Carolina Panthers 17-0 at the end of the first quarter. Panthers have the football, finally have a 1st down, and look to start driving here to start the second. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Yeah, money. Yeah, money. Yeah, money.
We are back to start the second quarter. The Panthers have the ball at their own 41-yard line. New quarter, maybe we can change some stuff here. 1st and 10, it's a carry for Sanders. and he will get a gain of a couple, maybe 4 or 5 yards before he goes down. And now it looks like Dave Canales is getting interviewed on the sideline. I don't know how he even has a semi-smile on his face right now. I guess he's just trying to stay a little optimistic like I am right now. I still don't know why I'm not crashing out after everything I've just watched over this past hour, but here I am. So 1 for 4, 14 yards, and an interception so far from Bryce Young. 2nd down and 5 for Carolina after the 5-yard gain by Miles Sanders. Young fires and completes it. It is caught by Jatavian Sanders. The rookie gets his first completion, and that should be a Carolina first down. It's the first reception, second completion for Bryce Young at the end. The first reception by the 4th-round selection right here, Jatavian Sanders, 6'4", 245 from Denton, Texas, makes the reception just shy of the first down marker. Set up a 3rd down and 1 for Carolina. And we'll see if they try to go with the run game. Everyone is stacked up in the middle of the field. And it's going to be a little toss to Sanders. He's going to have a first down and more. Miles Sanders down the sideline and out of bounds at the New Orleans 35-yard line. But a flag is down, and this might be coming back. It was actually a very solid play design, not to run it up the middle, but get a little shovel toss to Sanders. But a flag down, this might be coming back. You got to see what the call is here. The refs are taking a minute. And it is holding on the offense. So we're going to go from a 3rd and 1 to a 3rd and 11. The holding is going to go against Jatavian Sanders. Let me try and look at it again. Yeah, and I guess right there, that second part of it was a little bit of a hold. All right, so we went from a 3rd and 1 and a first down from Miles Sanders to a 3rd down and 11. Basically erasing whatever Jatavian Sanders made on the last few plays. Now switching from number 85 to number 0. 3rd and 11, and the Saints looking to send the house at Bryce Young once again. He's going to make some adjustments. Miles Sanders in the backfield. Play clock is down to 3. Got to get the snap off. Down to 1, and he barely gets it off. The pressure coming. Young, and he's going to get sacked immediately. They saw the pressure coming, tried to make changes, and absolutely nothing changed because it's the Panthers. And Alontae Taylor gets a clean look at Bryce Young for the sack, and the Panthers left. I don't know what this team is doing, man. You can see all the pressure in the world is coming after Bryce Young. You don't have time to make a play develop. You have to make that adjustment from when you see it, and they just let it happen. They just let Alontae Taylor get a clean look at Bryce Young. It's incredible how bad this team is. So now 4th and 18. Johnny Hekker out to boot it away for only somehow the second time of this game. I don't know how. It's 17-0. But only the second time that we've seen Johnny Hekker today. Usually gets used more often. And this will be returned from the 21-yard line to about the 26, 27-yard line as the Saints will start their next drive. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money. Your money. Your money.
The Saints have the football at their own 27-yard line. Their first 3 possessions have been a touchdown, field goal, and a touchdown. Pretty good start for the Saints. So not only have the Carolina Panthers offense looked the exact same from last season, the defense has gotten severely worse from what it was last season. As Kamara, his first carry will go for about a gain of 5 to 6 yards to start the drive. They take it to the left side. And Alvin Kamara has just abused the Carolina Panthers run game to start this season. Cannot ask for a worse start. It is already 17-0. I cannot believe how terrible this team is. My goodness, it is week 1. And I can already tell this team's going to go like 2-15 again. That's what, 4-30 in the 2 seasons? That's just unbelievable. Unbelievable on so many levels. I formation, 2nd and 5. It's play action. Carr rolling to his right and throws it as caught for a gain of a yard. He had Jadeveon Clowney all up in his space and somehow made the throw to Taysom Hill. There is a flag down, and the camera's pointing at Shaq Thompson. Or they might call this roughing the passer on Jadeveon Clowney. No, he didn't hit him. Clowney. And then Shaq Thompson made a big hit. And they call a penalty on Shaq Thompson for pass interference. What? How is that pass interference? He made a hit. That doesn't interfere the pass if he caught it. And pass interference comes a play like that's going on. What do you mean pass interference? Well, the car is rolling to his right. He throws. It's caught. And then he made a hit. He made a football play. But they want to call pass interference because they have to bail out the other team somehow, some way. So why not? What a joke. Not only are the refs like this, but the team already sucks. It just makes it even worse. A solid run by, I don't even know who that is, by the Saints. Jamal Williams. Wow, I forgot he was even in the league. Gain of a couple yards for the Saints. It'll be about a 2nd and 5, maybe. The Saints have a franchise record for a season opener. They've never scored 17 points in the first quarter. Quite frankly, I've never seen 17 points scored in the first quarter by an NFL team. And the other team not have any points. I'll say that. Maybe like a 17-7 or something. Or like, I don't know. But a 17-0 with these circumstances is diabolical. Away Foster Moreau in motion. Carr with time going to take off and run it, and he is sacked behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. It's Iku Leota, Ashawn Robinson that get the job done. And guess who? Justin Jefferson already has a touchdown and making his move. How about that? All right, good for Jay Jettas. Got his big contract earlier this year. Jamar Chase's contract is probably going to overtake it. Justin Jefferson's still the best wide receiver in the NFL. 3rd down and 7 for the Saints. Now right at midfield. We'll see if the Panthers can get the defense off the field. They're going to toss it to the right side. Kamara, he's got room to run. Several blockers. A 1st down and more to the Carolina 33-yard line. I don't know how on a 3rd and 7 the Saints can comfortably run the football and nothing happened. Now Jordan Fuller is shaken up for the Panthers. That's lovely. That's our starting safety alongside Xavier Woods. So it's the same thing every single season. The offense is terrible. The defense randomly gets really bad because they're fatigued. And then random star players that we just signed or that we need on the field get hurt. So no surprises, unfortunately. Nothing new. Nothing ever new for this team. And the Saints are now driving in Carolina territory. A toss to the left side. And A'Shawn Robinson destroys Alvin Kamara in the backfield. Nowhere to go. Finally, a little bit of empathy from this Panthers team, showing something. And Kamara gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage, set up a 2nd down and 10. Shai Tuttle and Derek Brown have remarks. Jadeveon Clowney coming off the edge again, 2nd down and 10. After Kamara experiment did not work, a quick pass, Carr throws complete. Rashid Shaheed is tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson has been all over the place so far for the Panthers. He's honestly been one of the bigger positives of the defense so far. This sets up a 3rd down and 9. So you can see right here, they just try to get a quick out route to Rashid Shaheed. Shaheed has a touchdown in this game. He had the game's first touchdown. And Michael Jackson just all over, not having any of it. He does get it's technically a loss, but it would have been a forward progress against the yard. Saints 75% on 3rd down conversions, 3 for 4. 3rd and 9. Carr firing, completes it, but he will not get the 1st down. Michael Jackson once again, this is on the other side of the field, makes the tackle, and Derek Carr wants to go for it, but Dennis Allen going to take the Saints off the field, and Blake Grupe will come out for the field goal attempt. So Evero's defense gets a semi-stop because now the Saints are going to kick a field goal on their 4th drive, looking to come away a point. 4 for 4. Crazy. It is 4th and 2. That's the ruling on the field. Blake Grupe has already drilled one from 57 yards. And this one a lot closer and doable. Good snap, good hold, and he puts it through the upright. So on all 4 drives for the Saints, they have scored. They now take a 20-0 lead over the Carolina Panthers. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money. Your money. Your money.
So the Saints now lead the Panthers 20-0. Carolina getting the ball back with 7 minutes to go in the first half. Once again, if you were just joining us, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Sports Talk with Krish on the road to 2,000 subscribers. And it would honestly be the only positive that I can take from this, because hasn't been a lot to see other than that. So yes, a subscription would help a lot. Anyway, back to the game now. And this return is up to the 32-yard line. Actually, a very solid return for the Panthers by other than Xavier Legette. He finally gets some action. So Legette able to make, all right, Xavier Legette, there he is. Your number 32 overall pick on the return gets up to the 32-yard line. Very solid. Now they're showing all the stuff the Panthers have done to help this team, but I think they've gotten even worse somehow, which I don't know is possible. But first 3 possessions for Carolina. First play of the season was an interception by Bryce Young, and then punt. So here we go. 1st and 10. Play action. Bryce Young rolling to his right, stops, takes it off, and he's going to run it. Young will then go down after a gain of a couple. Was not trying to take a hit. And it'll be 2nd down and manageable for Carolina. Cam Jordan and the rest of his crew bringing the pressure at Bryce. And that was a gain of 4 on the run by Young. Canales now goes back to the play sheet for 2nd and 6. 6:30 to go here in the first half. The Carolina Panthers, if they do somehow get down the field and score, they do. The only positive I can actually say for that, they do get the football to start the second half. Maybe that means something. Maybe it doesn't. It probably won't, but I hope it does. Sanders, Legette, and Thielen on the right, and they're going to toss it all the way to Mingo. Jonathan Mingo getting some action, and he will have a first down. Then he fumbles the football, and looked like it was recovered by the Saints, and it is. So finally, something happens good, and then a fumble. This might be the worst Panthers game I think I've ever watched. 2 turnovers now for Carolina. And Mingo had a solid jet sweep that was going for a first down, and then he fumbles it away. And I don't think he was down. He just completely lost the football. I don't think I've watched a worse football game. I'm being for real. It's recovered by Tyrann Mathieu. The Honey Badger actually jumped on the football immediately. And now the Saints have it. So now I got to switch this back. The game will continue. No commercial breaks. With 6:05 to go in the first half, the Panthers had a solid start to the drive. Then Jonathan Mingo fumbles the football away. Now in the end around, the Saints are going to get a gain of 9 from Rashid Shaheed. Very solid return or run, you could say. I don't even know what you want to call it. But it is a holding call on the Saints, so it's going to come back. Fortunately, a little bit of help given by the refs. It's on Trevor Penning. The Panthers get bailed out a little bit. So it'll be a 1st and long for the Saints. 6 minutes or so. Looking at Tyrann Mathieu, recovered the fumble from Jonathan Mingo. I just cannot believe it. This is so bad. So now a 1st and 20. 2 receivers lined up on the left. They're going to wait Foster Moreau in motion. Carr takes the shotgun snap. He's got time, delivers over the middle, and it is caught for a massive gain. And despite the penalty, the Saints are going to get all the yards back. It's Foster Moreau with the reception. And it looks like he got wide open in the zone coverage. Nobody was there, and makes a big play. Man, the Bears have not done a thing. It is 10-0 Titans. That makes me feel a little better. Jeez. And the Bears have like a super team around Caleb Williams. He must not be playing well at all. I formation for the Saints. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. The give to Jamal Williams, and he will get a gain of 2. That'll set up a 3rd down and 1 for New Orleans. They are back in field goal range for Blake Grupe. So this is their 5th offensive drive of the game, and there's a chance they might go 5 for 5. They've had 2 field goals and 2 touchdowns on all 4 of those drives. First drive was a 59-yard touchdown to Rashid Shaheed. Second drive was a 57-yard field goal. Third drive was a 3-yard touchdown to Foster Moreau, and the fourth drive, another field goal. 3rd and 1 for New Orleans. Give it Jamal Williams. He's got a first down. Plenty of room. 2-3 yards on the gain, and the Saints will keep the drive going. So about 4 minutes remaining here in the first half, and the Saints are just pouring it on the Panthers right now. Crazy work. So the clock keeps running here. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half now. We'll see if the Saints do anything here. Derek Carr waving guys in motion. Olave's now on the left. Kamara in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Carr to throw. And just going to dump it to Kamara. And he'll get a gain of a couple. Pushed out of bounds by Xavier Woods. He's been a safety around Carolina for the last few seasons. Woods able to get Kamara out of bounds. The gain of a yard. And set up a 2nd down and 9. And the Saints go back to the play sheet. 221 total yards of offense in the first half by the New Orleans Saints. For your Carolina Panthers, only 40. A very, very big difference right there, right off the bat. You don't even have to look at the scoreboard and see that it's already 20-0, but you don't even have to look at that. So Kamara in the backfield. 2 receivers line up on the right. Now they wave Olave to the left, and they'll toss it to him. Chris Olave is eaten alive in the backfield by J.C. Horn. An incredible play that the Panthers defense desperately needed. J.C. Horn with a massive TFL. It was a 2nd down and manageable. And J.C. Horn shoots the gap for a loss of 7. He's lined up on this right side. He can see Olave coming in motion. Troy Hill motions over as well. But J.C. Horn just gets right off that block. They had to take care of DJ Johnson as well. Horn gets through, makes the play. And it's now 3rd and 15 for the Saints. They need to get one more play before the 2-minute warning. We'll see what they do here. They wave Kamara in motion, an empty backfield. 4 guys available on the right side. Derek Carr has got time, fires over the middle, and it was looking for Shaheed, and they're going to say it hit the ground. Incomplete. It looked like for a moment it was caught by Shaheed, but they say incomplete, and here comes the field goal unit once again for the Saints. As Xavier Woods returns to the sideline after playing hero ball, defending Rashid Shaheed on the place. Now a 52-yard field goal attempt by Blake Grupe. He has made it from 57 so far, made another one earlier, now from 57, 44, now from 52 yards out. And this one is drilled. So 5 drives by the New Orleans Saints, and all of them have ended in points. They now take a 23-0 lead over the Panthers. They've scored on every single drive. Every single opportunity the Saints have been given, they have scored. Incredible. I don't know how they've done this so well, but they have. And they're on a mini commercial break right now, just updating the scoreboard. Once again, if you were just joining for the first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button, drop a like. Sports Talk with Krish on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Unfortunately, we have not been given the best game by the Carolina Panthers today, as we usually have not been given the best game by the Panthers on a Sunday. But here we are either way, still trying to call every single game. I'll be in attendance for the game next week against the Chargers, our first home game. So hopefully that story is a little different to this one. So no streak next week, but I will make some couple videos and shorts from there. So definitely. Grupe to kick it off. Saints leading 23-0 now on the Panthers. 3 field goals, 2 touchdowns. They've scored on every single possession. Grupe to boot it away. And the Panthers might get one playoff, and then we'll go to the 2-minute warning. As Blackshear and Leggett are down there, Blackshear is going to take this one. Leggett's going to help to block. And Raheem Blackshear is to the 25-yard line before 2 flags come in. So that means this is definitely coming back. So we'll see what the penalties is, but actually that amount of time elapsed was 8 seconds. So it will take us to the 2-minute warning, just depending on what the flag is here. And it's going to be holding on the offense. Of course it is. That's kind of what we expected. It's on Trevin Wallace, our third-round selection. So holding, and we'll go to the 2-minute warning. Panthers trailing 23-0. As we'll see if they do anything here in this 2-minute drill. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money. Your money. Your money.
All right, 2-minute drill by the Panthers. We'll see if they can change up anything. I doubt it, especially with the holding call. They have to start at their own 12-yard line, already losing 23-0. And this is just last season all over again. You just have to go through it again, man. Unbelievable. Here we go. 1st and 10 for Carolina. Trips right, 2 receivers on the left, an empty backfield for Bryce Young. Play clock down to 5. Young takes the shotgun snap, rolling to his left, running out of time. He's got a man right behind him and just throws it out of bounds, incomplete. Had Carl Granderson right behind him, and 2 Saints players cheated up while he tried to roll out to his left. Just chucks it away, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Young 2 for 6, 18 yards and an interception. Lovely. I don't even know what else to expect. So 2nd and 10. We're going to wave Jatavian Sanders in motion. 2 receivers line up on the left, Deontay Johnson on his right, and Chuba Hubbard in the backfield. Young takes another shotgun snap, rolls to his left. Looking, just going to take off and run it. Young pushed out of bounds after a gain of a couple yards. And it'll be 3rd and manageable for the Panthers. Young has had to scramble a lot, just like he did last year, because no one gets open. And he's had to do that again so far today. A gain of 4 on the scramble by Bryce Young, and it's now 3rd and 6 for Carolina. And this stadium is just only getting louder. Despite leading 23-0, the stadium's only getting louder. So here we go. 3rd and 6 for Carolina. And let's see what the Saints defense is showing here. And it's not look like a crazy blitz. Play clock winding down, and the Panthers are going to take their first timeout. Dave Canales wants to change up something, he'll come talk to Bryce, and we'll go on a quick commercial break. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish. We're back here. I don't know what to say at all. I'm just still at a complete loss for words. But at least the Panthers have the ball right now. They'll get the ball to start the second half. Not going to change much, but just even more mistakes. But it's 3rd down and 6, so we'll see what happens here. 3 receivers line up on the right, 1 on the left, Chuba Hubbard in the backfield, and the Saints send the house at Bryce Young, and he gets sacked. It is the same thing every single time on 3rd down. Every time, all you have to do is send the house, and you're going to get a sack because it's obvious that the offensive line cannot hold. The receivers cannot get open because they always try to run plays where it takes time for the receiver to get open. You can't do that if you don't have a good offensive line. Obviously, you don't have a good offensive line, and the same guy, Alontae Taylor, keeps getting to Bryce Young. There's nothing you can do to save this team. Bryce Young is going to get destroyed back there. This is just embarrassing. It gets worse and worse every single moment. This is not... just Canales and Young don't know what they're doing. I mean, it's not even Canales. It's just this team is just everything. Every single thing is a dumpster fire. This team is way worse than last year's team. I'll tell you that. Last year's team was bad. At least the defense was solid. This team is way worse. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Johnny Hecker boots it away. And this will be a return by Shaheed. He's going to turn to his right side. He's got room to run. Are you serious? Now Rashid Shaheed is down the sideline, and he gets tripped up inside the red zone. There are no flags. And the Saints are going to have the ball in the red zone with 1:24 to go, looking to score again. This might be the worst Panthers game I think I've ever commentated on here. I did the Bengals game 2 years ago, and they lost by that much. I've done several blowouts from last year, but this has easily got to be the worst game. Already losing 23-0. The Saints have scored on every single drive. They're basically guaranteed to score right here because they just return the ball all the way into the red zone. I don't know, man. I can't believe this. Yo, you're the jit I used to play games with in the past. I remember you, little bro. All right, bro. All right, well, they're still inside the red zone. They're at the Carolina 16-yard line. Carr rolling to his right, firing into the end zone, and it is caught. It is caught for a Saints touchdown. Juwan Johnson with the reception. This is so badly the worst Panthers game ever watched. I don't know what is going on. Oh my goodness. I just cannot even fathom what is happening. I cannot. My brain has not, like, the intake of what is going on. The amount of brain damage I'm getting from this is ridiculous. And yep, that's 2 feet. That's a touchdown. Great play by Juwan Johnson. All right, well, it looks like Bryce Young's going to get the jot at the field one more time here in the first half. Groupie puts it through the uprights, and the Saints now lead 30-0. It is not halftime, but the Saints lead 30-0. I don't know what will ever save this team. I don't know how this team will ever win anything ever again. Yeah, I know. I was saying that, little bro. I appreciate you for joining. Is that a touchdown? You change? Used to mean what it did. Maybe probably gets the kill. I don't know what to do with this team, man. This is just ridiculous. 30-0, and the Panthers have the ball. Nah, for real, it has been a minute, bro. I don't do that Discord shit. I don't do any of that. Like, I don't really play games anymore. I got college football, whatever I need. Those essentials. Like this YouTube channel has kind of been my thing. I've been waiting to put up a touchdown graphic and all the stuff I've made for touchdowns, but like I don't get. Well, I can't because this team sucks. 30-0 is diabolical. That's dope, bro. That's fire. Freshman as varsity is crazy. That's really good then. Damn. So Blackshear gets up to the 32-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will start this drive. Once again, if you're just joining on the main channel, Sports Talk with Krish, if you're on Sports Talk with Krish Live, I'd recommend you go to the main channel and hit the subscribe button there, as on the road to 2,000 subscribers on Sports Talk with Krish. The live is just like kind of my backup, but I always put the games on there just in case. At least we're creeping upon halftime, so I don't have to suffer anymore. I can kind of eat something and just take in everything I've watched, which I'm still not taking in. I don't believe what I'm watching right now. I truly don't. But it's 30-0 Saints. That looked like it was offsides from Chase Young. It's a free play, and it's caught by Jatavian Sanders for a gain of 7-8 yards. Deontay Johnson nor Xavier Legette have any points right now. Like nothing. 0. So this is just hilarious. And yeah, it is offsides on Chase Young. It was a free play. We might, so we'll take it. We'll take the penalty. I think that makes it a 1st and 5. And it wasn't that big of a play to Sanders, so. Oh, my Falcons Steelers pick doesn't even look safe. It's 10-9. I picked the Falcons in Survivor. Jeez, okay. Derek Carr, 12 for 16, 131, and 3 passing touchdowns. Bryce Young, 2 for 6, 18 yards, and an interception. Very, very big difference. 5 wide, 3 receivers lined up on the left, 2 on the right. Saints looking to send the house at Bryce Young again. They'll actually only rush 3. Young able to get away, rolling to his left, flips it, and it is incomplete. As he tried to get it to Miles Sanders. The Honey Badger was in coverage. It is now 3rd and 5 for Carolina. It was not a bad throw by Bryce Young. It's just Sanders couldn't get there in time. So now 2nd and 5 because I'll see, bro. I guess it's 2nd and 5 now. Young fires to the sideline, complete, and finally, his first reception as a Carolina Panther. Deontay Johnson, who the Panthers won out. They traded Dante Jackson and a 6th-round pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers to go get Deontay Johnson. Was solid last year for Pittsburgh, but has had definitely better seasons. Finally gets his first reception here in just an atrocious football game for us, and a solid play for Johnson. Sanders barely staying on his feet. He will get a gain of a couple yards, barely pushing his way into Saints territory. Both teams have 2 timeouts. The Panthers are letting the clock run a little bit. And it's a gain of 8. It's 2nd and 2 for Carolina. 30 seconds on the clock, looking to get in the field goal range for Eddie Pinheiro. Young rolls to his left, gets away, fires, and completes it. And there it is. The number 32 overall pick in this year's draft, the first-round selection, Xavier Legette, with his first catch of his career on a crossing route, gets the first down, gets Carolina a little closer to field goal range. The Panthers will burn their second timeout. Well, Legette in college last year for South Carolina, 71 receptions, 1,200 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns. He was a dominant force in the SEC at that receiver position. And Legette finally had a kickoff return earlier in the game so far, but he finally gets involved, gets his first reception as a Carolina Panther. First career reception of the NFL. He didn't have any in the preseason as well. So really, it's just in general, very, very first catch. So now 18 seconds on the clock. Carolina has 1 timeout. They're looking to get just a little bit closer in the field goal range. The ball's at the New Orleans 43-yard line. And maybe just give a chance for Eddie Pinheiro to get some points on the board before the half. So Deontay Johnson line up on the left. You can see Legette, Thielen, and Sanders on the right. Miles Sanders is in the backfield, it looks like. With Jatavian Sanders lined up on the right side. Saints looking to send the house, and they do. Young, rolling to his left, tries to check it down and instead just throws it away, incomplete. Miles Sanders was in the area, but just nothing available, just throws it away. 30-0 is so embarrassing. Not halftime and it's 30-0. That is just absolutely insane. Cannot believe what I'm watching. So now 2nd and 10. Panthers have 1 timeout, 12 seconds on the clock now. Bryce Young, 5 for 11, 39 yards and an interception. Sanders stays in the backfield, so not a lot of Chuba Hubbard lately. Young, quick throw, and it is caught. Deontay Johnson gets the first down and stays down. It's second reception, so Deontay Johnson finally getting involved. The Panthers burn their final timeout and will most likely bring Eddie Pinheiro out for the field goal since they're out of timeouts. Curious to see what they try to do here. Deontay Johnson started getting involved, his second catch of the drive. He creates the separation perfectly right there, gets the reception. He looks like, obviously this game's over, but at least as the season goes on, if Carolina does start to turn something around, Deontay Johnson is going to need a big force then. He's already helping out a lot on this drive alone. It's a great throw by Bryce Young. Great play by Deontay Johnson to get away and get to separation to make the play. 7 seconds on the clock, and the Panthers are not sending out Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal attempt. They're at a timeout, so very curious what they're trying to do here. It's 1st and 10. Maybe just get a quick pass or something. Young fires, completes it. It's caught by Legette, and he's out of bounds. So Xavier Legette, the rookie, gets his second reception as well. I'd love to see this so far. 2 receptions to Deontay Johnson, 2 to Legette. They get a little closer. And now here comes Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal attempt to maybe get the Carolina Panthers on the board as we go to the half. 3 seconds on the clock. And just an FYI, there will be no halftime show, so I'll be back as soon as the second half begins. It'll be a 43-yard field goal attempt by Eddie Pinheiro to hopefully and finally get the Carolina Panthers on the board. Good snap, good hold. And the kick by Pinheiro is good. So the Carolina Panthers do have some points going to the half. 30-3 is your score. The Panthers get the football to start the second half. I have no words. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money. 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 Your money.
Second half is now underway. Panthers starting at their own 25-yard line after a solid return from Raheem Blackshear. Not a lot I can really say, and I'll read the stats over once the game concludes, but like the score speaks for itself. This team is never going to be back for at least a long time. I don't think they ever will be, but here we are. Chuba Hubbard, first carry to start the second half, and he loses a bunch of yards. A solid TFL in the backfield. Chuba just has nowhere to go. It's Nathan Shepard able to bring the pressure. It's a loss of 2 on the carry for Hubbard, and he'll set up a second down and 12. Young gonna wave a man in motion, set up. Thielen now on the right side. Deontay Johnson and Mingo on the left. Play action. Young rolling to his left. Looking to wave guys around. Gets away. Now fires it deep downfield, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. Jatavian Sanders in the area. And it's now 3rd and 12 for Carolina. We look at the left side of the field. Jonathan Mingo was open for a moment. Deontay Johnson couldn't get any separation from the safeties. Look at this other side with Thielen. Had a little bit of separation, just could not get anywhere. So now 3rd and 12 for Carolina. Only a minute into this first half, or in the second half, excuse me, and it's already this bad. And here we go. This is where they try to send the house. Let's see if the Panthers learned anything. Play clock down to 1-0, and they say they got, I was about to say, there's no way they got that off. That's a delay of game. I had a feeling. And yep, that's going to be a delay of game. So the Panthers are going to start at, instead of a 3rd and 12, it's now a 3rd and 17 for Carolina. Already losing by this much does not help anything at all. This is just so embarrassing. 3rd and 17 for the Panthers. 3 receivers on the left, Deontay Johnson on the right. Saints rush 4. Young steps back. Now looking to take off. He throws it downfield, and it is intercepted again. He actually had Adam Thielen a little bit open, but it's intercepted again. 2nd interception of the game from Bryce Young. And this one's picked off by Jordan Howden. Jordan Howden, only his 2nd season out of Minnesota. And Adam Thielen actually broke away, had a little bit of room, but just a very overthrown football by Bryce Young. Just well off target. And his 2nd interception of the game. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money. Your money. Your money.
So Dave Canales comes over to speak to Bryce Young after basically an arm punt, tossing the football. Howden with the interception. Bryce Young's second interception of the game. Saints get it back, already leading 30-3. It's Derek Carr on play action going to take off and run it. And surprisingly gets a gain of 7-8 yards. You never see Derek Carr run with the football. And now they're saying it's a fumble. No, never mind. Derek Carr still has the ball. I don't know what happened. Now a flag gets thrown. And Derek Carr just high-fived Xavier Woods. I don't know what relationship those two have, but at least it's nothing bad. As Woods and Carr just went right at Xavier Woods, and they tried to force the fumble. And he did lose it for a moment, apparently. And I guess maybe he was just putting the ball down. I think Woods just tried to get him down low, try and get the ball out. Now I'm curious what the refs are going to call here. Oh, they're going to call a personal foul on the offense. Okay, so this has nothing to do with the hit. It's on Eric McCoy. So it has nothing to do with the hit that Xavier Woods put on Derek Carr. So it'll be 2nd and 17 for the Saints. Oh, man, the Giants are a real dumpster fire. That's a good kick by Gano. 21-6. The Vikings are dominating. Sam Darnold looks, former Carolina Panther QB, Sam Darnold looks a lot better in this Viking system. I mean, he is playing the Giants, but still. You can see Carr's a little bruised up on his left arm right there after taking that hit from Woods. 2nd and 17. Takes the shotgun snap. It's a screen pass to Kamara, and he's got nowhere to go. Several Carolina Panthers in the vicinity. Shaq Thompson was there first, and then came over Ashawn Robinson, Derek Brown, and Iku Leota to put Kamara on the ground. It's now 3rd and 19 for the Saints, and they have scored on every single drive so far in this game, which does mean if the Panthers can somehow get a stop here it's 3rd and 19. If they get a stop here, it means they can finally force the Saints to punt, or somehow they convert it here on 3rd and 19. An empty backfield for Carr. He's got time, going to take a shot downfield, and it's well overthrown, but since Michael Jackson hit him on the ground, it might be... Oh, wow, they're not going to call PI. Okay, good. And then they threw it. Wow. And they're going to call pass interference. Oh, my goodness. I had a feeling the second Shaheed fell, they're going to call pass interference, and of course they did. I mean, it's not even, he wouldn't have even gotten the ball. It's not like it was really that big of a deal, but of course they did that. So now the Panthers are probably going to give up points. It was 3rd and 19. And I was just saying, there's no way they convert this, but if they do, then the Saints still have a chance to get points, and now they probably will. Because now they're, with the pass interference call, they're at the Carolina 35-yard line. Unbelievable. So I formation. Panthers looking to maybe send 5 at Derek Carr right here, and they will, but it's just going to be a carry for Alvin Kamara to the right side. And Kamara will get about a gain of 4 on the carry, set up a 2nd and 6. Down to the Carolina 31-yard line. So still very early stages of this third quarter. The Saints still looking to keep those hopes up of scoring on every single drive in this game, as they have done a very good job of so far. So 2nd and 6. They'll give it to Taysom Hill to the left side. He's got room to run. Taysom Hill will get a first down before he's pushed out of bounds by Michael Jackson. And now the Saints just creeping closer and closer into the red zone once again. And Taysom Hill, we talked about it earlier on the broadcast. I mean, he can run, he can pass, play tight end. They've used him very well on the running game so far, as Troy Hill missed the tackle and Xavier Woods was late. So last man standing was Michael Jackson to make a play. Michael Jackson has been everywhere for the Panthers in this game. Actually, if they didn't trade for Michael Jackson, I don't know where this team would be at in this game right now. It might be even worse than 30-3. And I don't know how you get worse than 30-3. Play action, Carr throws, completes it. It's Rashid Shaheed. He's got a first down and more down to the Carolina 11-yard line. The Saints in the red zone. Michael Jackson makes the tackle once again. And the Saints keep on driving. Looks like they're going to get in the end zone on this drive. They were at a 3rd and 19 before the pass interference call by Michael Jackson. And it looks like the Saints are going to probably now either at least get a field goal, but probably a touchdown. Just so unfortunate to see. Now 1st and 10 at the Carolina 11-yard line. With the clock still running. Heat on the right. They're going to wave Olave in motion. Give it on the carry to Kamara. Alvin Kamara bouncing his way all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. There is a flag down. Kamara just got one boost of energy. There was nobody else left. It is a touchdown at the moment, but there is a flag down, and it looks like it might be coming back, and it is. It is holding on the Saints. The touchdown is, or no, excuse me. No, it is on the Saints. It's just accidentally Fox put the holding on the Panthers. Fuaga gets called for holding right here. We'll have to look at it again. He's on this left side. He has to contain Iku Leota. And yeah, absolutely a hold. A good flag. And Kamara, he bounced off that big body of Derek Brown and then got some separation to take it to the house, but it will not count. So now 1st and 20. A loss of 10 from the penalty for the Saints. And they're just going to go screen pass to the right side of Kamara. He's going to break through the tackles, get all the yards back, and get the Saints right back into the red zone. Not just the red zone, but also to the 5-yard line. And a 2nd and very short. The Saints knocking on the door for another touchdown. All it took was a little bit of a screen. A great block by Chris Olave to contain J.C. Horn from getting over to Alvin Kamara. And Xavier Woods forced to make the tackle. So here we go. 2nd and 2 for the Saints at the Carolina 4-yard line. Under 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Play clock down to 2-1. They got to get this off. And I don't think they got it off. And a flag is thrown. That is a delay of game by the Saints. So it'll be a 2nd and 7 now. And the play clock was just running, and I was watching it run, and Carr just did not get it off. So it's now 2nd and 7 for New Orleans. That's the 2nd delay of game won by each team now of this game. Oh, the Bills turn it on now. They're now tied. They're still tied with the Cardinals, but they're starting to work it down the field. And Josh Allen to Keon Coleman. I hope Coleman's doing well. As a Florida State fan, I mean, that team isn't even any better right now, but still love to see it. Kamara on the carry, breaks away, get a gain of a couple yards, get them back to where they were prior to the delay of game, and it's now a 3rd and short, 3rd and 2, just got the 5 yards right back for the Saints. As Bryce Young just sits on the bench waiting to get a chance to get back into the game. Kamara on the carry. And it does not look like he got in the end zone, but it looks like he got a first down. And it is 1st and goal at the 1-yard line for the Saints. He was just short of the end zone, but got the first down. It was at like the 1.5-yard line. So it's now 1st and goal for the Saints. As we were not even halfway through this 3rd quarter, looking to go up 37-3 on the Panthers if they can punch it in the end zone on one of these plays. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. A carry to Kamara, and he just walked in to the end zone. Unless they say he did not cross the pylon, and they do. Touchdown, Alvin Kamara. And he pulls a little bit of a Marshawn Lynch, giving handshakes to everybody. And just shaking everybody's hand, just like Marshawn Lynch would. Derek Brown made a very good effort to try and keep him out of the end zone, but it is a touchdown for the Saints. Alvin Kamara from 1 yard out. And yeah, from that angle, it does look like he crossed the goal line. A little bit of a glitch on the scoreboard. It's saying 39-3. It should be 36, and they'll now kick the extra point. Groupie puts it through the uprights. 37-3, the Saints continue their dominance. This was a drive that it was 3rd and 19 at one point. It looks like the Saints were just not going to score, and they scored again. They've now scored on every single drive. You're watching on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money. Your money. Your money.
Nine plays, 57 yards, 5.5-minute drive. The Saints have scored on every single drive that they've had in this game, and Alvin Kamara keeps it that way. A 1-yard rushing touchdown on a drive that there was a 3rd and 19. And then that happens. It's crazy. Return from Raheem Blackshear, and he will get up to about the 24-yard line. That is where the Panthers will start their next drive. So Bryce Young has just, once again, kind of like every single game, not had a good day. His first pass of the year was an interception. He missed guys. He missed Deontay Johnson on a big play. Missed Jonathan Mingo on some short plays. Threw another interception on the last drive. And then it's just a complete disaster. 6 for 4, 50 passing yards, 2 interceptions for Young. 2 receivers lined up on the left. They're going to wave Adam Thielen to the right side with Deontay Johnson. And now wave him back as it's some type of RPO, and it's going to be a carry for Hubbard, but he only gets back to the line of scrimmage. It looks like, the Bears got a block punt and a scoop and score. How about that? Jonathan Owens for the touchdown. I believe that's Simone Biles' husband. That's actually kind of crazy. And that's how the Bears got their first touchdown of the year. So, man, Caleb Williams kind of struggling too. Makes me feel a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. Never did I think the Panthers' 30th season would go like this, losing 37-3 and under these circumstances. Trips left, Deontay Johnson on the right. Low snap, 2nd and 9. Young throws and completes it. It is caught by Adam Thielen. He'll get a gain of a couple yards, and that was just an unnecessary hit at the end. And here we go. Now we've got a fight. Akeem Ekwonu pushed to the ground. This flag is definitely going to be on the Saints. There was no reason for that hit on Thielen at the end of that play. And that is easily going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Saints, probably like a 15-yard penalty. that will be a positive for the Panthers. There was absolutely no reason to do that at all. We'll see what the refs said. They want to call this a personal foul or unnecessary roughness or yeah, it is personal foul, unnecessary roughness. So it'll be on the Saints, an automatic first down. It's on Peyton Turner. There was just no reason at all he needed to hit Adam Thielen like that. And it was basically after the play. So, yeah, no surprises there. He gets the call. All right. Well, the Panthers get an automatic first down. And that'll keep this drive going now. 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Chuba Hubbard in the backfield. 2 receivers lined up on the right. Actually, excuse me, 3. It's Tripp's right. And a man on the left side. Young has a few words for his offensive line before he takes a snap here. Saints looking to bring the house, and they do. Young rolling to his right, fires, and it is caught for a first down and more to Xavier Legette. A beautiful throw by Bryce Young. Legette with great separation. It is a first down and more for the Panthers. That's easily the biggest offensive play of the game. And Xavier Legette's starting to make himself a factor here in these last few drives as he just goes to the middle of the field and cuts right. Plenty of room to get a first down and more. And Legette, I mean, this is why Carolina went out and got him. Hopefully be a new weapon and force for the offense and Bryce Young. And he's making his name count right now. At least at the moment, Legette's getting something going. So 5 wide, Trips left. Deontay Johnson, Hubbard on the right. Young rolling to his left. He's got some room to run it. Gonna flip it, and it is caught. Jonathan Mingo, plenty room to run, and it is first and goal to about the 4-yard line. The football came out again, but they said Mingo was down. He was down way before he let go of the football. It wasn't necessarily a fumble. He kind of just let it go. And Bryce Young telling the offense to hurry up. That is a great throw. Jonathan Mingo was wide open. Gets a first down and more. Then, yeah, his elbow goes down there before the ball popped out. It did pop out, though, so I'm curious what they want to call this. Oh, no. Oh, no. He did lose the football. They're just going to try and snap it quick. And the refs shut it down. Yeah, that's why Bryce wanted to go so fast. It looks like Dennis Allen may have thrown the challenge flag. If this is true, this is Jonathan Mingo's second fumble. He's already had issues with fumbles. This would be his second fumble of the game. And this was a huge play. I mean, he got the Panthers down the field on Bryce Young, made it a great play, rolling out to his left and getting the ball to Mingo. This would be a huge swing. At least for the Panthers with a little bit of confidence. We'll go to a quick commercial break. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money. Your money. Your money.
All right, well, here we go. The ruling on the field stands. He did not fumble it, so it's 1st and goal at the 3-yard line for the Panthers, looking to get in the end zone. Young fires, and it is incomplete. Try to get a quick pass to Deontay Johnson, but it's not available. It'll be 2nd and goal now from the 3. And hopefully we can finally get the Panthers' first touchdown of the season. It wasn't a bad look there. It was very close to determine if Mingo fumbled it or not. I kind of think he did, but I guess it is what it is. We'll take what we can get. So Mingo now on the sidelines, 2nd and goal from the New Orleans 3. Play action. Young rolling to his left. Might take off and run it. He will. And he will get about a yard before he's out of bounds. And it is now 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line. He got a gain of a yard from scrambling. So now let's see. If the Panthers don't get in the end, I think they need to go for it on 4th down. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. They just need to score. Just got to take the points when you can get it. Cam Jordan's going to be off the field here on a 3rd and goal. I don't know how much this helps the Panthers or not with their struggles. We'll have to see. 3rd and goal for Carolina. Play clock is winding down, and they didn't get it off in time. Bryce Young was trying to figure out something with Leggett. And Canales will take a timeout. The team will get to kind of look over it here with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. No words. No. The Cardinals only trail 24 to 20. Wow. Force fumble on ETN. All right, well, here we go. Bryce Young, the first half, went 6 for 14 with 50 passing yards. This drive, he's 3 for 4 with 56 yards. 3rd and goal for the Panthers. 3 receivers on the right. Young lobbing into the back of the end zone, and it is incomplete. Looking for Deontay Johnson is broken up by Paulson Adebo. Now 4th and goal for the Panthers. And I mean, at this rate, I want them to go for it, but I don't know if that is what they will do. It's just one-on-one, trying to get it to Deontay Johnson. He's unable to come down with the football. So now 4th and goal, 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And, I mean, I would assume the Panthers offense stays out on the field, and they will. No Xavier Leggett on the field. They were 23 for 48 on 4th down conversions last season. 4th and goal. Young takes the shotgun snap, rolling to his left. He's going to try and take off and run it, and he is into the end zone. He lost the football. Did they say he crossed the pylon before he lost it? And what is the ruling here? It's a very close call. He tried to dive into the end zone, but he lost the football. We'll take a look from this angle, and you cannot really see. because the defender's in front of the football there. Maybe from here we could be able to see it. So it gets punched out right there, and I cannot tell. And it looks like they're saying Bryce fumbled the ball. Wow. You have to be serious. It was 4th and goal. He was an inch or two away from getting in the end zone. But now they're saying Bryce did not break the pylon. He lost the football. So it's a turnover on downs. Canala's not happy. And Bryce said, yeah, I got it. So I think Canales might challenge this. We'll go to a commercial break, and we'll see if they give the touchdown to Bryce Young or not. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money. Your money.
So we got some good news. The ruling on the field was changed. Bryce Young crosses the pylon. It is a Carolina Panthers touchdown. That's finally something good to hear. So they went back to review it. Thought maybe, okay, like there's a chance he may not have gotten it. But then they give it to him. Bryce Young into the end zone on a 4th and goal, a rushing touchdown. Not like I get to put this banner up a lot just because, I mean, it's weird for Bryce Young to score. Eddie Pinheiro knocks through the extra points. The Panthers, their best drive of the game. We thought it stalled at first, but he just barely crosses the pylon in time. Saints still lead 37-10, but that is a huge plus. At least the Panthers got in the end zone one. It was a very close call. He just made a couple guys miss, and it was just barely trying to cross over the goal line. But they'll give it to Bryce Young. He gets the rushing touchdown. And it's the Panthers' first touchdown of their 30th season. All right, Saints still leading 37-10. Not a lot has necessarily changed in the scoreboard other than that Panthers touchdown. Still no happy faces. I mean, this has not been the game or day the Panthers have wanted. And they have no chance of really getting back in this game. And especially if the Saints have scored on every single drive. I feel like maybe if the defense held it down a little bit more, there could be a little bit more hope, but I mean, not when like the team is undefeated on the other side. They've scored every single possession. It's just not going to happen. And with that rushing touchdown by Bryce Young, it's the first touchdown the Carolina Panthers have had in the last 10 quarters of football, just dating back to last season. And this return from Jamal Williams will make it up to the Saints' 36-yard line, and that is where they will start this next drive. Man, the Steelers are really running away with that game against the Falcons. I might be cooked. I took the Falcons in Survivor. Crazy. I thought that was guaranteed. That's just annoying. All right, now starting at their own 37-yard line. And they'll just give it to Jamal Williams on the carry. He'll get a gain of a couple. Tackle made by Josie Jewell. Jordan Fuller to help out as well. Make it about a 2nd and 8 for the Saints. Only 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter before we transition the final quarter of football, which is usually the best quarter of football. But honestly, I think I can speak for all Panthers fans when they say they just want this game to be over. And it's been a long game as well with all the touchdowns from the Saints. We're still in the third quarter. A lot of games are halfway through the fourth. As Carr throws it, it's complete. Jamal Williams to the first down and more into Carolina territory at about the Panthers' 49-yard line. Just a little check down could do so much. Oh, this is huge. Tua to Tyreek Hill for an 80-yard touchdown. We all heard what happened to Tyreek Hill right before the game, and ironic it was for speeding. And then Tyreek Hill gets an 80-yard touchdown. Yeah, it just sounds like a Tyreek Hill-esque play, especially for the day he's had. Had a feeling he'd have a great game. Hopefully, I don't know how the Dolphins are losing by 3. I guess the Jags really gotten better. So in Carolina territory, a carry for Jamal Williams, and he will get a solid gain, about 7 yards on the carry. So Dennis Allen, his 3rd season as the Saints head coach. They've gotten better and better, you could say. They went 7-9 year 1 with him at the helm. They went 9-8 last season. They've hired a new offensive coordinator for this year. And already they've dominated the Carolina Panthers. I don't know how big of a deal that really is. 2nd down and 4, wave Shaheed in motion. A carry to Kamara, and he will get a gain of a couple yards. Shaq Thompson makes the tackle. And that's set up a 3rd and short for New Orleans. Oh, Caleb Williams taking a shot, and no chance. Trying to get it to Keenan Allen. All right, 3rd down and 3 for the Saints. Alvin Kamara on the sideline, trying to get the crowd into it. I don't know why you want to get the crowd into it on a 3rd and 3. And then the Saints are going to call it dead. They're going to call their 2nd timeout here of the half. Quick commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment here on Sports Talk with Krish. All right, here we go. 3rd and 3 for New Orleans. 2:20 to go in the third quarter. Jamal Williams in the backfield. They're going to wave a man in motion to the left side. Give it to Williams on the carry, and he will have the New Orleans first down. Troy Hill tried to swoop in and make the tackle, but clearly Jamal Williams gets the line to gain, and the Saints will extend the drive. Chris Olave looks a little shaken up with his left hand as he's going to come to the sideline. It looked a little awkward. Maybe some type of injury he got off trying to make a block. Oh my goodness. Oh, Travis Etienne almost made the play of this season so far. I mean, it's only week 1, but and Iku Leota with the TFL on Jamal Williams, able to shoot the gap. It's a loss of 3 for the Saints, set up a 2nd and 13. And it's good to see the Panthers defense now doing something. I mean, it's actually, they technically haven't done anything. They have not gotten a stop this entire game. It's a lot of, I mean, as bad as the offense is and how it has been the last 2 years, the defense has at least been known for keeping them somewhat in the game. And today's just been a different story. They've just been atrocious on defense. 2nd and 13, 2 receivers on the right. Carr fires, completes it. Jawan Johnson, he has a touchdown. He is just shy of the first down marker. And it's going to be a 3rd and 1 for the Saints. I would have played with the Colts to get a touchdown. Derek Brown checking into the game for Carolina. 3rd down and 1 as Jawan Johnson came up just short that first down marker. Got the fullback on the right side, Jamal Williams on the left side. 3rd down and 2. They're going to QB sneak it, and Derek Carr is going to easily get the first down. And that is going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. The New Orleans Saints lead the Carolina Panthers. 37-10 is your score. As we transition into the 4th quarter, I just want this game to be over with. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money. Your money. Your money. Your money.
right, the fourth quarter is officially underway. The Saints have the ball in Panthers territory. They lead 37-10 over Carolina. Carr on play action throws and completes it to Alvin Kamara for a gain of a few more yards. He has been in full dominance mode today. 20 rushing attempts for over 100 yards and a touchdown in today's game. Kamara has been everywhere and has answered everything for the Saints. Can't do anything about it if you're the Panthers, I guess. But when do they do anything about it? So now it's 2nd and 5. They're going to wait Ferguson in motion. And a handoff to Williams again, and he is taken down by DJ Johnson. Now that'll set up a 3rd down and medium for the Saints. But, I mean, either way, already discussed it a couple times on the broadcast. They have scored on every single drive of this game, and they are in position to score once again. Even if they do not convert on this 3rd down right here, they have a field goal opportunity. 3rd down and 4 at the Carolina 19. They're now in the red zone. And they're just going to keep this on the ground. Jamal Williams is pushed outside of the red zone. Shaq Thompson with an incredible TFL to force 4th down, and the Saints are going to have to kick their field goal. Must take their 3 here. Great play by Shaq Thompson coming off the edge. Found a little bit of space from the New Orleans offensive lineman. Gets straight to Jamal Williams and drags him behind the line of scrimmage. So now it's 4th and 5. Blake Grupe will trot on out. This will be his 4th field goal attempt of the game. He's 3 for 3 so far. And this is his closest one yet. A 39-yard field goal attempt, and he stays true. The Saints now lead the Panthers 40-10 in this game, and have still scored on every single drive. 4 field goals from Blake Grupe and 4 touchdowns. 3 passing touchdowns from Derek Carr and a rushing touchdown from Alvin Kamara. And that keeps the Saints up front 40-10. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money. Your money. Your money.
right, here we go. 13 minutes to go in the ball game. The Saints still have scored on every single possession. A 39-yard field goal by Blake Grupe puts the Saints up 40-10 over Carolina, as this return is all the way up to about the 32, 33-yard line. And that is where the Panthers will start this next drive. So New Orleans, not only home of the Saints, but also home of Super Bowl 59, which will more than likely be right here on Sports Talk with Krish. Unfortunately, the Panthers will most likely not be there. This might be their only time they'll be in New Orleans. But Super Bowl will be here, so that'll be kind of fun to witness. We found earlier today that Kendrick Lamar is also doing the Super Bowl halftime show. Found out just moments before kickoff. A lot of stuff happened before kickoff. Tyreek Hill got arrested. Dak Prescott got his contract. It was a lot going on. 1st and 10. Young takes a shotgun snap, fires over the middle, and it is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Matthews, who caught the touchdown pass from Bryce in the preseason game against the Bills. Unable to connect on the crossing route there. It'll be 2nd and 10 now. It can definitely be hard to hear in the voice of the coach, especially in a stadium like Caesars Superdome. Since it's a dome, all the voice just builds up and hits the ground. It's nowhere to go. And now 2nd and 10 for Carolina. Waving a man in motion. Adam Thielen to the right side. Miles Sanders in the backfield. And they cannot get the snap off in time, at least from what it looked like, but they're going to give it to him. Sanders gets a gain of 2 on the carry. And that'll send up a 3rd and 8 for Carolina. There's been a lot of Miles Sanders carries over Chuba Hubbard. I'm not sure what that really means, but it's been very pro Sanders so far. And I hope that doesn't mean Hubbard's hurt or they just rely on Sanders more when it doesn't matter. And they're already in a situation where losing by 30 points and most likely about to go 3 and out here unless the Panthers somehow convert on a 3rd down and 8. And once again, it looks like the Saints are about to send the house. Let's see if the Panthers adjust or they let Bryce Young get sacked again. Young running out of time, and he gets sacked again. Alontae Taylor, his 3rd sack of the game. And I literally, every single time Alontae Taylor has gotten a sack, I said it right before it happened, they're showing a blitz. Are you going to adjust? And no. So if a 14-year-old kid can sit here and say, there's a blitz coming, you should probably do something about it, and you just don't do anything about it, then I don't know how you have your job. I don't know what is going on with this team. It was just so obvious. And Johnny Hecker's punt is blocked. It is blocked. And will the Saints be starting at the Carolina 36-yard line? So now even our special teams can't do anything about it. Johnny Hecker's punt gets blocked. And it is Jawan Johnson, who actually has a touchdown in this game, gets the block on Johnny Hecker. So now I got to switch the football over to that. That is insane. This team, man, cannot catch a break. Cannot even punt the football. And so now they're getting the ball at the Carolina 36-yard line after the block punt on Johnny Hecker. And 1st and 10 for New Orleans. Play action, Derek Carr rolling to his right, lofts it downfield, and he's got a wide open man. Foster Moreau inside the red zone. He looks a little shaken up after making the play. Well, it's a 1st down and a lot more. Put the Saints back in the red zone. So it's just pure domination. I don't know how they've played so well. Derek Carr has just been out here looking like his prime self, which he's certainly not in his prime self. Bears going for a 2-point conversion. Let's see. Caleb Williams, yes sir. DeAndre Swift, perfect. Wide open. That's huge. Now the Bears have lead. Foster Moreau, after that big catch, is now going into the blue tent. A little unfortunate to see. So Jamal Williams staying in the backfield, 1st and 10. They'll toss it to him on the left side. Williams got some running room, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. And they just keep pouring it on. Jamal Williams wide open on that left side, gets into the end zone. This defense is 10 times worse than the one from last year. Another touchdown for the Saints. This time, Jamal Williams breaks through for the touchdown. We'll await the extra point, but the Saints are more likely going up 47-10 on the Panthers right now. They had 30 points in the first half, and the points are not stopping anytime soon. Just this run defense has never been good the last few years. The pass defense was pretty solid last year, and it's just taken a massive step back. This run defense is everything's taking a step back, and we were 2-15 last year. Group B knocks through the extra point, and we'll go to commercial break. Saints now lead 47-10, a block punt, and then Jamal Williams punches it in for the touchdown.
Your money. Your money. Your money.
All right, here, updated scoreboard. Panthers have the ball after the Saints get a blocked punt on Johnny Hecker. And it's Jamal Williams breaking free for the rushing touchdown. The Saints now leading 47-10 on the Panthers. I don't know how much longer I can take this. Still 10:30 to go in the game, too. So it's only going to get worse. If the Saints have really scored on every single possession, they might get into the 50s. Alontae Taylor has 3 sacks on Bryce Young today, and I've said it every single time before he got the sack. Because, I just use my eyes. I can see Alontae Taylor coming, but clearly nobody wants to do anything about it. Yeah, Alontae Taylor is the first Saints defensive back to have 3 sacks in a game. Crazy. So starting at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Young takes the shotgun snap, looking to his left, readjusts, fires it downfield, and he overthrows Chuba Hubbard. Incomplete. By Anthony Richardson. So now second down for Carolina after Young misses Chuba for the big play. No, actually they called some sort of a holding penalty. So the Panthers, instead of even getting those yards, they lose 10 yards. They wouldn't have even done anything either way. So now 1st and 20, trips right, 2 receivers on the left. Young to throw again, fires over the middle, and it is caught. It's David Moore. He has his first reception as a Panther, and gets a solid gain. David Moore was with the Buccaneers last year, had a really nice touchdown reception against the Buccaneers, or against the Eagles with the Buccaneers. Offensive coordinator was Dave Canales. They both now head coach and receiver with the Panthers. Now under 10 minutes to go in the ball game. 2nd and 6 for Carolina. They've got trips left and a receiver on the right. Miles Sanders in the backfield. 2nd and 6. And Sanders will get the give and will maybe get a yard, but that is it. Nothing else doing. Chase Young with the tackle. He actually visited with the Panthers during his time in free agency, looking around where he should go. He decided to choose New Orleans, and good for him. I think he chose the right place to stay. Here we go. 3rd down and 5 for the Panthers. 2 receivers on both sides. Chuba a lot more closer to the lineman on the right side, so it looks like he'll be used for blocking. Young fires it quick, and it is incomplete. Looking for Jonathan Mingo, and a flag is thrown. That's going to be pass interference on the Saints. They try to do a quick slant to Mingo. Paulson Adebo is guilty, and it'll be an automatic 1st down for Carolina as they're going to go straight to Jonathan Mingo. Despite all the penalties and the clock being out, there's still 9 minutes to go in this game. Like, once again, I've said it several times, Panthers fans just want this game to be over. We've seen all we needed to see. It's a 1st and 10. Young fires, completes it. This is Jonathan Mingo who gets the reception. The clock is going to keep running. But Mingo has a couple of yards. Paulson Adebo makes a tackle. It's a gain of 5 from Young to Mingo. Jonathan Mingo still looking for his first career NFL touchdown. Oh, what a play by Anthony Richardson. My goodness. Looks like Cam Newton out there, forcing his way for the touchdown. 2nd and 5. Young fires. He's got a man wide open. It's Adam Thielen down the sideline. Has a 1st down and more out of bounds at the New Orleans 24-yard line. And Thielen has some words for Alontae Taylor. How about this? Thielen just goes straight. They're trying to bring in. Mingo goes in. Thielen goes out. And he has plenty of room. A 1st down and a lot more. An explosive play from Young to Thielen. And that's going to move Carolina just outside the red zone, looking to possibly get in the end zone one more time here. Under 8 minutes to go, the Saints, still lead 47-10, but maybe the Panthers can try and rebuild something and work on it for next week against the Chargers. Young, shotgun snap, firing into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Looking for Xavier Legette. Alontae Taylor in coverage. Legette, almost his first career NFL touchdown. It was a very solid throw from Young. Legette, known for coming down with those one-on-one receptions, those type of plays There's big type of plays. I said it several times, my ball or nobody's, but unfortunately, it was nobody's right there. Ooh, the Dolphins and Jags tied at 17. I might just see how that game ends. Wave Thielen in motion. Young takes a snap, fires, and completes it. This is caught by Xavier Legette. And he'll get a couple of yards to set up a 3rd down and manageable for Carolina. And so Legette barely cannot come down with the football on the last play. And this one right here, he gets a gain of 4. And now 3rd and 6 for Carolina. Legette, Thielen, and now David Moore on the right side. No signs of Deontay Johnson on the play here. 3rd and 6. Chuba Hubbard in the backfield. They barely get off the snap. Young lobbing it into the end zone for Legette, and it's incomplete. No chance of Legette getting that football. It's now 4th and 6. Legette doesn't look like you have any gloves on right now. All right, so now 4th and 6. The Panthers, nothing to lose. Might as well go for it. Play clock winding down. The Saints are preparing to send the house. Young barely get it off. Fires, and it is incomplete. Miscommunication. Paulson Adebo in coverage. I couldn't even see who Young was trying to get the football to. And the Saints take over on downs. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money. Your money.
We are back here. Saints got the ball at their own 19-yard line after the Panthers could not finish out the drive strong. A gain of a couple yards on the carry for Jamal Williams. And it was just since the beginning the Saints got it going. I mean, deep balls to Rashid Shaheed, the touchdown pass from him, and then Foster Moreau. Derek Carr, 19 for 23, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's just hanging out on the sideline now. As the Saints put in their backup quarterback, Jake Haener, to take his spot for these final 6 minutes. His second season, ironically, also out of Fresno State. So Saints just getting, and he's basically got the same build, 6'1", 200 pounds, a lot less weight, you could say, but 200 pounds. Only his second season for Jake Haener. Currently the backup to Derek Carr. So if we look at it, only him and Carr. I mean, there's also Spencer Rattler as well, but he's apparently injured for today's game. He's put inactive. 3rd and 2, a carry, and it's not going to go anywhere. So the Panthers are going to come on the field one last time. But this also means that the Panthers defense technically got a stop. This is the first time they've stopped the Saints from scoring. This is their 10th possession of the game. And this is the first one that they're not going to score any points, assuming there's no penalties here on the punts. They get a first down and then go down the field and score. And we're just going to assume that right now. For now, this is the Saints' first punt of the game, and this is with 4:35 to go. And oh my goodness, Raheem Blackshear just got blew up trying to get the punt, and several flags get thrown. Yeah, that's all going to be on New Orleans. The Panthers are going to be all right. Yeah, those flags came soaring in immediately as soon as that hit was placed. Blackshear just got destroyed. Jeez. So flag goes against the Saints. 4:29 to go. Yeah, they're calling everything right now, just trying to figure out where the Panthers will start this drive with 4:29 to go. The Panthers will have their drive. In the middle will be the 2-minute warning, and then this nightmare of an opening game will finally be over. And we'll just have to figure out where the Panthers go from here. So Bryce Young takes the field. 4:29 remaining. I'm just hopeful for better days. And I've said that on every single stream last year. And unfortunately have to mimic that again. Panthers starting at midfield due to the penalties. They'll wave Jonathan Mingo in motion to the right side. Miles Sanders in the backfield. No Jonathan Brooks the first 4 weeks. We'll hopefully get to see him soon. Sanders breaks a tackle. We'll get a gain about 5-6 yards to the right side before he's out of bounds. A solid gain from Sanders. And now we're showing a graphic of Dave Canales' QB success. Geno Smith, the quarterback coach there, help him out. Baker Mayfield was the offensive coordinator for 1 year with Tampa. Led the Buccaneers to the divisional round of the postseason, and now steps in as the head coach of the Carolina Panthers. But today it's just been far from what we thought we could see from the Carolina Panthers. Possibly a change of something. The only change we've seen is that the team may be worse than the 2-15 squad from last year. Sanders comes back, 2nd and 5. Young barely gets the snap off in time. He's going to take a shot downfield, going for Leggett, and he overthrew him. Leggett had a step on his man, and Bryce overthrew him. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Leggett was open. He overthrows everyone. My goodness, that is a big issue with Bryce Young. I'd like to defend him as much as I can, but he is just notoriously overthrown. Like these last 2 years, notoriously known for overthrowing the football. And he had Leggett right there. That should have been a touchdown. Canales was the wide receivers coach for Seattle from 2010 to 2017, the QB coach from 2018 to 2022, and then last year the Bucs OC. 3rd down and 5. Young throws, and it is caught by Jonathan Mingo, but they're saying he did not get his feet down. It is incomplete. Now 4th and 5 for the Panthers, and they might as well just go for it again. Mingo made the catch, but I'm assuming they just didn't think he got his feet down. So they're going to go for it. All right, just no looks at the replays or anything. I just thought he caught it. 4th and 5 for the Panthers. The Saints looking to send the house at Bryce Young. Let's see if they do anything. It's the 4th time I've said this on stream. Young with time firing, just a terrible throw. He had David Moore. I don't know if that ball was tipped or that was just a horrible throw by Bryce Young, but he was open. $47 points today for the Saints, which is a franchise record. They just get the ball on a turnover on downs. And Derek Carr is just having all smiles on his face, casual conversations with the team. He said, "Stop doing it." All right, my bad. I'm reading his lips right now. The Texans going to survive and get the win. It looks like the Dolphins and Jaguars could be going to overtime. Or not, never mind. They're in field goal range. They're just trying to play it safe. A gain of 2 on the carry. It'll now be 2nd and 8. We still got to get to the 2-minute warning. Oh, this game is just taking way too long. Needs to end already. Dennis Allen having casual conversations now with Derek Carr. What a win for the Saints. Good for them. I mean, they handled business today by a lot. So gain of 2 on the carry. Now 2nd down and 8. Play action. Hanier throws, and his pass is nearly intercepted by Nick Scott. Josie Jewell was in coverage. He tipped it, and Scott nearly dove on for the pick. And now I'm going to put my eyes on the Dolphins game. It's Jason Sanders, a 52-yard field goal to try and win the game as Doug Peterson ices him. Sanders makes this kick, and the Dolphins win. If not, they go to overtime. So go tied at 17. Sanders earlier missed a field goal. He hooked it to the left. Now 3rd and 8. Another carry for the Saints, and this is a solid run. Now, I can't tell if that's Jordan Mims or not. May have been Prentice. I cannot really tell. Either way, 4th and 3, and the Saints are going to punt the ball right back to Carolina. 52-yard field goal by Jason Sanders for the win. Good snap, good hold, and he drilled it. Dolphins win. How about that? 20-17 over the Jags. McDaniel fired up. And Trevor Lawrence and the Jags really had this game. That's crazy. They lost it. And Dolphins are 1-0. So Saints just letting the clock run. They're going to boot this away. We'll get closer to the 2-minute warning. And then this nightmare of a game can finally be over for Panthers fans. Only the 2nd punt the Saints have had this game. And Blackshear will call a fair catch. Ball goes out of bounds around the 12-yard line. And with 2:16 to go, that is where the Panthers start this next drive. So next week, the Panthers, their home opening game, they host the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers game just kicked off. They are hosting the Raiders. The Panthers will play in Vegas in week 3, but for next week, they host the Chargers. There will be no stream next week from Sports Talk With Krish. I'll actually be at that game. So I will make some content there, but no stream, no broadcast for the game because I will be in attendance. And then the broadcast will be back starting back week 3 when the Panthers travel to Vegas to play the Raiders. So Bryce Young has officially been taken out of the game. Andy Dalton is in for the final 2 minutes as Dalton hands it off. It is Mike Boone on the carry. Boone gets a solid gain. And Miles Sanders just talking it up with Bryce Young right now. They'll go to the 2-minute warning. Saints, what a day they've had. A field day on the Panthers. 47-10 is your score. You're watching live on Sports Talk with Krish.
Your money.
All right, the last 2 minutes of this game. Andy Dalton in at quarterback just to end it. Hands it off to Mike Boone. Once again, he'll get another yard or two. What a disappointing day of football. So disappointing. Not even surprised it ended like this, but it's just so disheartening to see. How that it ends up like this half the time. Third down and 4 for the Panthers. Dalton, a throw over the middle, and it is incomplete. Looking for Jonathan Mingo. Unable to hold on to the football. It is now 4th and 4. I'm curious if the Panthers just go for it. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. It's 47-10 with 75 seconds remaining. I kind of just want them to go for it just to do it. Really not that big of a deal. Oh. They're punting the ball. What's the point? There's 75 seconds remaining. And, oh, wait, he fumbled it. They messed up the punt. Did the Panthers get it? Please tell me we got it. Oh, this is such a huge positive, please. A muffed punt by the Saints. And at first, it looked like the Panthers may have recovered it. Cal Smith-Wade, Jordan Matthews both think it's Panthers football, and it is Panthers football. They muffed the punt. Wow. Amazing. All Wilson had to do was catch this football, and he dropped it. Wow. All right, so now, I mean, the Panthers might just take a couple of wheels. I kind of want them to do something. Maybe like run the football. At least run the football. What gets in the game right now. He actually had a solid day. I'll read through the stats as soon as it's over. Mike Boone in the backfield. He will get the carry. Boone breaks off one tackle and will get maybe a yard, if anything. The Panthers need to snap the football one more time before this game is officially over. I mean, it was over from pretty much the first throw of Bryce Young's day. It was over by then. That was when it was already 7-0. Cannot believe what I just watched. 2nd and 9. This will be the last call of the game. Mike Boone in the backfield, and he will get the football one last time. Boone will get another yard on the carry, gets pushed back all the way to New Orleans territory with progress. Should gain a yard, and that is going to do it. The New Orleans Saints absolutely dismantle the Carolina Panthers. 47-10 is the final score. Their 6th consecutive Week 1 victory. And there was just zero surprises. It was a terrible game for the Panthers from the very start. Bryce Young, 13 for 30, 161 yards, 0 passing touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. The only touchdown the Panthers had was a rushing Bryce Young touchdown. Rushing-wise, Miles Sanders, 5 carries for 22 yards. Chuba Hubbard, 6 carries for 14 yards. Bryce Young, 4 carries for 12 yards and that rushing touchdown. Mike Boone had 4 carries for 7 yards just now. Jonathan Mingo had a carry for 3 yards. Adam Thielen, 3 receptions for 49 yards. Jonathan Mingo, 2 receptions for 40 yards. Xavier Legette in his debut, 4 receptions for 35 yards. Deontay Johnson, 2 receptions for 19 yards. David Moore had a reception for 14 yards. Javen Sanders, a reception for 4 yards. Shaq Thompson had 10 total tackles, 4 solo, 2 TFLs. Iku Leota had 3 TFLs. JC Horn had a TFL. Michael Jackson was all over the field for the Panthers, had 7 total tackles this game. It was just, if you watch the game, he was everywhere. Once again, pure domination by the New Orleans Saints. Nothing you can really say about it. The Panthers are just terrible. That's all I really can say. So Carolina 0-1. Their game next week is against the Los Angeles Chargers. They host the Chargers, their first home game. I'll be in attendance for that game, so no broadcast for that one. But we will be back week 3 when the Panthers go on the road and play at the Raiders. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you, if you're just joining us right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Sports Talk with Krish on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Thank you all, and we'll see you on your next episode.